that, a long time ago, two seeds lay side by side in the ground. They were the same kind of seed, and they had the same potential to grow into a great big tree. But after a while, one of the seeds spoke up. "I don't know about you," he said, "but I want to wait until conditions are perfect. I want to wait until it's warm enough, and there's enough water, and the sun is shining, and there are no birds to eat me before I sprout. I want to wait until everything is perfect so that I can start growing right away and become the biggest tree in the forest." The other seed didn't say a word. He just started to grow. As the days passed, the seed that was waiting felt a little silly. All this time, he was just lying around doing nothing while the other seed was growing bigger and bigger. But he was still too scared to start growing himself. What if something bad happens? He thought. So he waited some more. Meanwhile, the other seed grew and grew until he sprouted into a tall tree with strong branches and leaves that reached up to the sky. One day, a bird flew by and saw the tree. "That looks like a tasty treat," she said, and she flew down to take a bite. The bird pecked at the tree, but it was too hard to eat. So she gave up and flew away. And that's when the other seed finally sprouted. He pushed his way up through the soil and started growing. He grew and grew, but he could never become as tall as the first tree, because by then the other tree had grown a thick, strong trunk, and that made it impossible for him to catch up. And so the two trees stood side by side, and the bird came back every day to eat the smaller tree until he was all grown up. After a while, the smaller tree spoke up. "Hey," he said, "why am I so small?" And the bigger tree sighed and said, "You had the same potential that I had, but you chose to wait while I started to grow. I took risks and I started small, and that's how I became the bigger tree. You could have done the same, but you chose to wait for perfect conditions, and that's why you're so small." The smaller tree was sad, but he knew that his brother was right. He had wasted all his time waiting for a perfect start, and now he would never become as big or as strong as his brother. So if you're waiting for the perfect conditions to start pursuing your dreams, to start taking action, to start being brave, this story is a reminder for you. Don't wait any longer. Start now. Take action now. Because if you wait for perfect conditions, you may never get started. And if you never get started, you'll never get anywhere. But if you start now, if you start small, if you start imperfect, you can always grow from there. Thank you for watching this animated story, and I hope it has inspired you to start now.